Welcome to Know Your Universe, the series right here at Comicstorian, where I just give you the bare bones information you need about your favorite comic books, movies, and video game lore so that you can understand what's going on. Today, with the arrival of the Doom Patrol on the Titans TV show and their own show coming out very soon, we are going to be giving you a Doom Patrol Know Your Universe. Because you know what? The Doom Patrol, as much as old school comic book fans love them, you're probably asking, who is the Doom Patrol? While it's very strange that you're talking to yourself, I'm going to answer that question. The Doom Patrol has been around since the early 60s, and they have had several different incarnations with the characters drastically changing depending on who the writer was at the time. Everyone get comfortable because we're going to take a trip through DC Comics history. First appearing in My Greatest Adventure number 80 in 1963. The Doom Patrol was created by Arnold Drake and Bob Haney when DC tasked them with creating a superhero group for the adventure-oriented title My Greatest Adventure. The team consisted of the world's strangest heroes. The Chief, a genius paraplegic, Robot Man, the brain of Cliff Steele in a robot's body and the sufferer of depression, Negative Man, who's radioactive and has the ability to release a negative being from his body, and Elastigirl, who can shrink and expand her body, also not from The Incredibles. This group of heroes was cast out from society, but they were brought together by Dr. Niles Calder to protect a world that rejected them. The series creator Arnold Drake has even argued that Stan Lee may have gotten some of his ideas for the X-Men from the Doom Patrol. The team was so popular that My Greatest Adventure was eventually just retitled to Doom Patrol at issue 86. Doom Patrol protected the world from the strangest forms of evil, such as General Immortus, Animal Vegetable Mineral Man, and the Brain until 1968, when sales in the book began to fall and it was canceled by DC. In the final issue, the main cast was actually killed off protecting the world. Actually a small town in Maine, but hey, who's counting? Going down in history as the first time characters had been killed off when a book was canceled. In 1977, DC's editors tried to restart the old DC Showcase comic, which was an anthology comic that would feature many heroes from throughout DC's catalog. For the new showcase, Paul Kupperberg was tasked with reintroducing the Doom Patrol 9 years after their deaths. Wanting to respect the sacrifices the team made in the last issue, Kupperberg instead created a new Doom Patrol, brought together by Celsius, the widow of the former team member, the Chief. In the original Doom Patrol, it was never even mentioned that the Chief had a wife, but that's neither here nor there. She's just secret in the background. Celsius brings the group together as a new Doom Patrol to protect her from General Immortus, with the former team member Robot Man being the only survivor from the original lineup. The new Doom Patrol would last only for 3 issues in Showcase Comics, but poor sales and lack of interest meant that this new team never actually got their own book. They did, however, team up with some of DC's biggest heroes throughout the next 10 years. Kupperberg tried once again to reboot the Doom Patrol in 1987, continuing forward with a third version of the team. Once again, the book failed to capture the spark of the original team, and Kupperberg was replaced by issue 18. His replacement? Grant Morrison. As is the way with a lot of Grant Morrison's work, he completely ditched the characters that he wanted to use, either killing them off or just moving them into other books. New characters included an 8-faced girl with imaginary friends, a woman with multiple personalities named Crazy Jane, and a living street named Danny the Roadway. And the combination of the original Negative Man with a female black doctor, creating a transracial, transgendered cosmic entity named Rebus, which is probably a first, I'm just assuming though. Grant Morrison took the concept of the Doom Patrol as freaks and misfits of society and pushed it to its limits, making the characters very broken. As is also the case with some of Grant Morrison's work. It's weird for the sake of being weird. The book incorporates surrealism, avant-garde concepts, and psychology to offer a high concept and downright strange tale of superheroism. Throughout the years, Grant Morrison would also parody other DC and Marvel titles. After Grant Morrison's departure from the book, Rachael Pollock took over writing duties with issue 64. Rachael continued the book's trend of avant-garde stories and dealt with social issues like identity, sexuality, and transgenderism. Pollock also introduced Coagula, one of the first transsexual superheroes in comics. The current incarnation of Doom Patrol eventually was canceled, ending with issue 87 in 1995. In 2001, the Doom Patrol was relaunched with writer Jonah Arcuti. This relaunch saw the team reintroduced into the main DC universe, while previous versions were under the Vertigo line. While the book wasn't quite the level of strange as previous versions, it still maintained the timeline from previous books. The book showed mild popularity, but it was canceled once again after only 22 issues. Relaunching again in 2005, writer John Byrne decided to throw out all of the past Doom Patrol canon and start the team over. Byrne got rid of everything the fans had come to love about the book since Grant Morrison's run. You thought I wasn't going to say his name again, didn't you? And he made the book a more grounded and mainstream superhero book. Well, at least more grounded than it had been since Grant Morrison! It wasn't very popular with longtime fans and would only last until issue 18 when it was canceled. DC would then use the events of Infinite Crisis to re-establish the Doom Patrol canon, and it would try to relaunch the series 2 more times before the New 52 came into effect. Neither of these relaunches proved popular enough and would eventually be canceled. But in 2016, DC launched its Young Animal imprint, which saw characters from its main universe in more mature storylines. Imprint head Gerard Way reintroduced the Doom Patrol and took old characters such as Danny the Living Street and Crazy Jane and combined them with new ones. Way has continued to push the high concept ideas of past incarnations with this new team, with 12 issues of the book having been released. While Doom Patrol has been popular enough to have stuck around in some form since their early debut, they've also appeared throughout DC's other media forms. They've been animated, they've appeared in the original Teen Titans cartoon, Batman Brave and the Bold, and the DC Nation shorts. Recently, they have made their live-action appearance in the 4th episode of the new Titans show, and are slated to have their own show debuting in 2019, around the time this video comes out. Interestingly enough, the characters and the actors will not be the same Titans from the actual Doom Patrol show, mirroring how the characters have changed frequently over their long comic book history. So that brings you up to date as to what is going on with the Doom Patrol. What do you think about these characters? There's such an out there and all over the place character concept that I've enjoyed them, but there are times where I just get really confused as to what is even happening with this superhero group. They're fun, they're interesting, and when Grant Morrison writes it, sometimes it can be really out there and bizarre. Either way, if you enjoy Know Your Universe, let me know in the comments down below, and also let me know other characters and ideas that maybe we haven't explained and you're very curious about. I'll see you guys next time right here at Comicstorian! Now, it doesn't work the same.